What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment. Last night was further proof as to why people don't watch pretend basketball. Last night was further proof as to why people do not respect the WNBA.
You know that feeling when a friend can't stand to watch you play any longer? It's true that Angel Reese went through that during the Sky's heartbreaking loss to the Liberty. While Reese missed layup after layup, cameras caught Kamilla Cardoso physically moving away from the group every time Reese touched the ball. It was all caught on tape because of the mean body language. Is this the end for Reese and the Chicago Sky? Tell us in the comments if you think the Sky should get rid of. Reese, let's go.
Today, the Chicago Sky are already imploding from within. Fans are turning on the team. Kamilla Cardoso, oh no. Free Kamilla Cardoso. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment. Tyler Marsh, once again, salute to you. You are doing the rest of the league a favor.
Just now, the Chicago Sky made WNBA history. Trust me, this is not the kind of record you want your name on. They have lost both of their first 2 games this season by a total of 60 points. While that number may not seem very bad, in the WNBA, it is truly terrible. This is the worst start to a season that no team in league history has ever had. In just 48 minutes of basketball, this team went from having dreams of making the playoffs to being a complete disaster.
Angel Reese had her worst professional basketball game, and I'm not even stretching that out. That's not me trying to be overly elaborate, trying to really make it sound awful. No, she was bad. 0 of 8 from the field, 12 rebounds, of which I believe 8 were offensive. It was a terrible, terrible showing.
You understand what a minus 60 difference means. Being blown out by 30 points or more every game is what it means. They are losing by such small amounts that it makes you wonder if they belong on the same court as their opponents in a league, where most games are decided by a few points. Other extremely bad WNBA starts aren't even close to this mess. The worst start for 2AM in the past was about 40, so Chicago's showing was 20 points worse than anything we've seen before.
Chicago Sky fans are officially going to war. They can't stand Tyler Marsh. Let's start here. Worst plus minus in all of the WNBA is, in fact, you guessed it, Angel Reese. 9 out of the 14, bottom 14 are Chicago players. How is Angel running point guard going? 5 turnovers, 0 assists. I don't see Tyler Marsh winning the Coach of the Year.
This team has dropped so far that the Liberty game tells you everything you need to know. When New York went into Chicago's home court, they beat them 99 to 74. However, this is what makes it even worse. The Liberty hit 19 three-pointers, which was the most in a single WNBA regular season. From past the arc, they couldn't miss, but the Sky couldn't hit the side of a barn. The Bulls only made 36.2% of their shots from the field, while New York hit threes all night long.
I thought Angel Reese was dedicating this season to winning. I thought she was focused on carrying the Chicago bravado to the promised land of golden toilets and bathrooms with running water. Hey y'all, it's me, Angel Reese. I'm dedicating this season to victory. I'm struggling to understand the end destination of this journey. I'm struggling to understand the winning that Angel Reese is talking about. Because 2 games into the season, the Chicago Bravado are losing by an average of 30 points. They're getting their ass kicked.
This wasn't meant to happen. After moving for Ariel Atkins in the offseason, the Sky came into the season with realistic hopes of making the playoffs. The plan was easy. With Angel Reese's rebounding and Atkins' shooting, you could have a team that could fight for a playoff spot. They've instead made it so that fans are already asking for changes after only 2 games this season. There is no greater contrast between those high dreams before the season and this harsh reality.
The Sky's minus 60 point diff is the worst through a team's first 2 games in WNBA history. It's real bad. Of course, last night we saw this, of course, is the stat patter extraordinaire. Of course, this was Angel Reese. She got blocked, I don't know how many times, by Jonquel Jones, who just wore her ass out. By the way, all them blocks, when she got the ball back, that's an offensive rebound. Certainly maybe the most embarrassing WNBA clip of all time. It's up there, unfortunately, for Angel Reese. There's many of those over time.
The numbers don't lie. They show that this team is broken in every way. When you shoot this badly and let your opponents have record-setting games, you're not just having a rough stretch. You're having a full system failure. The problems on offense are clear, but the problems on defense are just as scary. When teams fail so badly so early on, tensions within the team generally start to rise. That's exactly what took place during the Liberty accident. When players see their teammates miss shot after shot, while their opponents have record-breaking nights, anger quickly builds. The cameras got every bit of that tension, and what they showed about how well the team worked together will shock you. We'll talk about Cardoso's response soon, but first, how bad was it? Angel
Reese last night against the New York Liberty, one of the worst games she's played as a professional, takes that out on the referee.
Angel Reese missed all 8 of her shots from the field against the Liberty and didn't score at all. But that one miss is only the tip of the offensive iceberg when you look at how badly she's played in the first 2 games. For the season, she's only making 5 of 22 shots from the field, which is so bad that it would make even high school teachers cringe. It's not like these are hard shots. These are chances that should have been taken automatically by any skilled player.
Are you starting to understand why I make fun of this league? Are you starting to understand why the WNBA struggles to draw an audience based on the product on the court? There are missed shots, bad plays, but in the NBA, missed layups are the exception, not the norm. Last night, Angel Reese played 27 minutes. Angel Reese had 12 rebounds, with 8 coming on the offensive end. 8 offensive rebounds. Angel Reese went 0 for 8 from the field and scored 2 points. 2 points in 27 minutes.
This is where things really go badly for Ree. She hasn't been very good at finishing at the basket. Only 4 of 17 shots from within 5 feet of the basket have gone in. That's a 23.5% hitting rate on layups and close range shots. That means something to you. When she's almost standing under the basket, she misses 3 out of every 4 shots. People who watched against the Liberty were shocked when she missed several layups, leaving her friends shaking their heads. On the sidelines.
This is all part of the myth that I'm supposed to believe that Angel Reese is some great player, that she's the rival of Caitlin Clark, and that Indiana Fever fans taunted her with racial taunts, and people are actually believing it, buying it, and selling it. It's all a myth and a lie, and you have to be a part of some religious cult to actually believe that Angel Reese is some sort of effective, big-time basketball superstar.
Everything is worse because of the change. With 10 mistakes in just 2 games, Ree has the most in the WNBA right now. There is a real chance that she will give the ball to the other team every time she touches it. These aren't just simple mistakes either. We're talking about sloppy passes and lost dribbles that make it easy for opponents to score. Their so-called star player can't hold on to the hoop, so her teammates are losing possessions. There is a big difference between Reese's offensive effectiveness and that of other forwards in the league, as shown by the numbers. Ree only makes 22.7% of her shots from the field, while most WNBA centers shoot around 45%. That gap isn't just a worry, it's never been good for a player in her job, and with her expectations on the team.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Ree missed several layups in a row after getting her own offensive rebounds in the video that went viral and got everyone talking. People on social media couldn't believe what they were seeing. One fan wrote, "Is this real or looped in some way?" to show how strange the scene seemed. As soon as the clip came out, it was accused of number padding, with critics wondering if she was more interested in getting rebounds than making shots.
Angel Reese can rebound and has an attitude and has trolled Caitlin Clark into some sort of relevance. And there's this racial protection of Angel Reese. Somehow she's important, and somehow anything that bad happens to her, because I'm sure what we're going to hear is like, well, she's struggling offensively because of all the stress she's dealing with. She's created this stress by trolling Caitlin Clark and by trying to pick fights with Caitlin Clark and by jumping up and getting in Caitlin Clark's face, and is going to end in embarrassing fashion.
These aggressive fights aren't happening by themselves. When your star player misses 8 free throws and goes 0 for 8 in a home game, team spirit starts to break down. As friends watch scoring chances go by, you can see their anger growing on the bench. The whole offensive system falls apart when players lose faith in their partner's ability to make easy shots. In fact, cameras got Kamilla Cardoso doing the same thing during the Liberty game.
Person who should be throwing temper tantrums on the Chicago Sky, that person should be this woman right here. That person should be Kamilla Cardoso. Look at the frustration oozing out of Kamilla Cardoso. She gets a switch, Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass to Kamilla Cardoso.
Everything that happened on Liberty was caught on camera, and what they showed about Kamilla Cardoso's anger will make you question the SU team's overall cohesion. Angel Reese missed another shot every time he touched the ball, and Cardoso moved away from the group on the bench. Not only was her body language clear, but she was also physically pulling away from her friends while watching the offensive meltdown happen live.
If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I am upset with how this offense is looking. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still can't manage to get an entry pass. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still need to deal with this type of amateurism in the WNBA. The Angel Reese shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss experiment. Okay, this is where Kamilla Cardoso, look, pass it out. Look at Kamilla Cardoso on the bottom of your screen here. Pass it out, kick it out. Let me shoot a midi. How many attempts do we need at the same shot? Over and over and over and over again.
It was interesting to see how Cardoso reacted in the third quarter when Reese missed her third straight shot attempt. Though Cardoso moved around on the bench, you could see her shoulders drop. She used to sit with the team, but now she makes herself stand out from the other players. When a star in the league is known for how professional she is, showing her anger in public like this says a lot about how badly things are in Chicago.
Reports came out that Kamilla Cardoso was sold on the Tyler Marsh signing. Rumor came out that Kamilla Cardoso wasn't excited, wasn't too pleased with how Teresa Weatherspoon was using her last year. So when she heard Tyler Marsh, when she got a sniff of Tyler Marsh possibly coming on board, they talked, laid out the game plan. Kamilla Cardoso was bought in. Kamilla Cardoso was drinking the Kool-Aid, eating what Tyler Marsh was feeding her. But again, sold a fake bill of goods.
This is even more important because of what you say. Cardoso usually doesn't show this much emotion during games. She's known for staying calm no matter what's going on the court. When a player with that kind of temper can't hide her disappointment, on live TV, you know things have gone too far. Her fans could clearly see how upset she was, so it was hard to miss. When Courtney Vanderloot, a veteran point guard, talked to reporters after the game, he didn't try to hide the problems with the team. A lot of them are just dumb plays, she said. On the attack, we haven't found a groove yet. Not quite in time. It will happen in time. We need to work on our attacking chemistry. Vanderloot also said that they were having trouble with spacing, saying, "We are trying to figure out spacing. We haven't figured out how to position our post players so it helps us."
Worst part about this Kamilla Cardoso last night is you seeing her visibly giving up on her team here. Look at this. Look at this. Kamilla Cardoso literally walking towards the New York Liberty bench. Walking towards the New York Liberty bench. Like, hey, Brianna, Sabrina, scoot over a little bit. Let me take a seat. Hey, Sandy, is there any room on the bench for me? Can you guys use an extra player? Can I switch jerseys and see how I fit on this team?
This is not the voice of a team that trusts their method or their teammates. People are getting very angry in the locker room when the veteran leader calls stupid plays and admits that the team can't figure out basic placement. Players are getting in each other's way instead of working together because there isn't enough coordination. When things get tough, successful WNBA teams gather around players who are having a hard time. They come up with ways to make shots easier and keep the bench upbeat. The Sky are not doing what they say they will do. The way they're moving makes it look like they've already given up on each other after only 2 games. When friends can't hide how upset they are on live TV, the issues are bigger than just missed shots. On the other side of the league, another team is showing how teamwork should work when things go wrong.
The Bravado don't need skilled players throughout their roster. They have Angel Reese. According to the media, Angel Reese is the equivalent of Caitlin Clark. Prepare yourself to be mesmerized at the elite athleticism of Angel.
While the Sky is falling apart on TV across the country, what Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever did just now showed everyone what a real team does when things go wrong. After losing to the Atlanta Dream earlier in the week, the Fever quickly got back together and beat Atlanta in their return. It wasn't just a win. It was a statement about what happens when players help each other instead of putting space between themselves on the bench.
I'm proud of our fight, the toughness that we showed, our ability to stay together. Our bench was really engaged in every timeout and in every huddle. We were all engaged.
How the Fever responded to their first loss tells you everything you need to know about how they work together as a team. They didn't blame or get angry at their peers. Instead, they used the loss to push themselves to do better. People on the team, including Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell, stood by Clark during breaks and during plays. When Atlanta's defense put pressure on Clark, her teammates were right there to make room for her and find ways to get her clean looks.
Sophie, Cunningham, and Lexi Hull are the real deal. That's what it does look like. It looks like these two off the bench, you can name whoever you want. These two ladies off the bench are going to be the most impactful duo in the WNBA, hands down. Hands down, these two are going to be the most impactful duo in the WNBA off the bench. They bring the energy, they bring the heat, they're able to score, they play defense.
We need to be honest about the difference in how well these two stars work. Clark had a pretty bad night, but he still scored 11 points, passed the ball 6 times, and grabbed 4 boards. Reese, on the other hand, went 0 for 8 and couldn't buy a basket from anywhere on the court. Clark's performance wasn't just about her own stats either. She set up teammates for easy baskets and kept the offense going strong the whole game. The whole story is told by the difference in tactics. The coaches at Indiana have set up a system that gives their players clear driving lanes and easy shots. The space works because everyone knows what their job is and does it right. The attack for Chicago looks sour and broken because players, yes, are blocking each other instead of working together. You can tell the system is broken when Van Deloot says they can't figure out simple positioning.
Turning your back to your team, walking away from the active plays going on, walking away from the actual basketball action. Yeah, Kamilla Cardoso is not a happy camper over there in Chicago, and I don't blame her. Again, this is another year of the same nonsense.
We need to be honest about the difference in how well these two stars work. Clark had a pretty bad night, but he still scored 11 points, passed the ball 6 times, and grabbed 4 boards. Reese, on the other hand, went 0 for 8 and couldn't buy a basket from anywhere on the court. Clark's performance wasn't just about her own stats either. She set up teammates for easy baskets and kept the offense going strong the whole game. The whole story is told by the difference in tactics. The coaches at Indiana have set up a system that gives their players clear driving lanes and easy shots. The space works because everyone knows what their job is and does it right. The attack for Chicago looks sour and broken because players are blocking each other instead of working together. You can tell the system is broken when Van Deloot says they can't figure out simple positioning.
What a win for the Indiana Fever against the Atlanta Dream. Good teams win ugly. And that was what was most impressive to me about the Fever's performance against the Dream.
When your friends can't stand to watch you play, you need to face the facts about your game. The fact that Kamilla Cardoso looked angry on live TV tells you everything you need to know about where Angel is. Ree backs her team. Someone can't miss 8 shots in a row and expect their friends to still believe in them. The Fever are making something amazing while the sky is falling apart inside. When things get tough, Caitlin Clark's teammates come together to support her, but Ree's teammates stay away from her on the bench. 25 will likely be Clark's year, and Ree needs to get her act together soon. Tell us in the comments if you think the sky should move Reese. Turn on all alerts and like to make sure you never miss something. We'll see you in the next movie after you click the one on the screen.